Well, that happened. There's a lot you can poke at. There's a lot of things you could say about this game. Funny enough, the one thing that I don't think I'll complain about are the referees. They let the Jets and Eagles play, and congrats to the Jets, man. Down your two starting corners, and you guys came to play. Four total turnovers made by the Eagles today. Um, Two of them, or not two, three of them were amazing plays on the Jets side. The first interception, jarring the ball loose on a big hit on Dallas Goedert. The second interception got pressure on Hurts, got to his arm before he could throw the ball, lobbed the ball up in the air, and then the fumble before that, the the DeAndre Swift fumble. Just great play punching the ball out. The fourth one was the ugliest of them all, and that was Jalen Hurts' interception, forcing it into a Dallas Goedert where he wasn't open. There was nothing there. And that goes back to the main topic I have for this game, because kudos to the defense for doing whatever they can without Darius Slay. We were already without Maddox. You lost Ricks or Eli Ricks. You lost him. Another backup. You lost Reed Blankenship, who just came back because of an unsportsmanlike conduct. He got nailed in a blindside block. With a rib injury. Oh, and we lost Lane Johnson too, so that didn't help either on the offensive side. Um, but my biggest complaint overall is without a doubt Brian Johnson and his inability to conjure up a game plan that makes sense against a team that is gritty, is tough, is physical. How do you beat gritty, tough, physical teams? You beat gritty and tough against them. You go right back at them. You do not pass near 50 times, 20 times in a quarter and a half almost. Like, I don't understand why we were relying heavily on an offense that we're just throwing the ball to running backs consistently for 4 yard gains when we could just hand it off and run it up the middle and try to muster up something on the ground. Instead, we never ran the ball unless it was with Jalen Hurts. And at the end of the day, it just turned into, okay, we're pass. We got to force these balls here. We got to force these balls there. Oh, there comes the pressure because Lane Johnson got rolled over. Oh, there goes that fumble because all we're doing is passing and someone can just jar the ball loose. I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't understand why we were so pass happy today and then try to at least keep a balanced offense. Try to at least at the bare minimum, you know, keep just keep consistent running the football a little bit. The Jets today literally did jack shit offensively, running the football, throwing the football. We didn't force any turnovers, but they didn't do anything. We could not get over our own inept offense. We could not get over our own mistakes, our own issues. Like, legitimately, we were making the same mistakes over and over again, calling the same plays over and over again. I don't think Brian Johnson has a clue whatsoever. And I'm not trying to defend Jalen Hurts. I'm not trying to defend the poor offensive line play. But my goodness, the amount of times I saw Hurts scrambling for his life because no one was able to break away from their route and get open, quick enough in time. And the amount of times that I saw Jack Driscoll and Sua Opeta just getting absolutely bulldozed, like, it was ridiculous. I don't understand. Um, I feel bad because the defense played a great game. They really did, despite no turnovers. They didn't let Brees Hall get loose. They didn't let Zach Wilson and Garrett Wilson get all crazy, passing the football left and right. They played really well, and it's a shame because this offense should be better than 14 points scored in the first two quarters. This offense should be better than four turnovers in general against a team that is depleted of their starting corners. James Bradbury was on an island all day long, and he held his own along with the other backups that were out there, and we couldn't do anything on the other side because our play calling was horrible, and Jalen Hurts had a really rough night. I don't know. I don't know. And now the Eagles have to play the Miami Dolphins, who just laid 42 on the Panthers. And guess who's going to that game? Yours truly. I'll be at that game Sunday night next week. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm really not. I'm not trying to sound negative. I'm not trying to give up on the team because it's going to be a good game, I would imagine. I feel like this one we're going to do our best to flush it down the toilet, get away from it, brush it aside, move on, It's the first loss of the year. The 49ers had a pretty ugly one where they had injuries as well. Missed field goal when they could have won it. We missed a field goal when we could have put the game away as well. It just things happen. Things happen, and it's just the way things go. But my God, most of what happened today were because we were just incapable of getting out of our own way. And at the end of the day, that falls on the coaches and that falls on the leaders among that offense for not making the right adjustments, not making the right reads, not doing everything in their ability to get us the win. It's as simple as that. Jalen Hurts did not have a clean game. I felt like he was doing great until the third quarter, minus the tip drill that Dallas Goedert had earlier on. No commitment to the run game, no play action, no anything. Just it was the same old. It was RPOs and then the typical 4 to 5 step drop in shotgun to let things develop, and then have Hurts scramble to try and find something. I really don't think Hurts played that god awful. Like literally, you take out that interception in the fourth quarter. I don't think he played terrible. I think he played mediocre at best because he made some good throws. He made some really good plays with his feet, and I commend him for that because he's got. We all know the playmaker ability that he's got, the talent that he has. It's just he wasn't given enough today. And Devontae Smith, I'm not going to forget about you dropping that huge pass in the third quarter. I saw a comment on Bleacher Report, and it is true. Once that was dropped, everything went to shit offensively. Like, more shit than shit was beforehand. So, I don't know what was up with Devontae. He dropped a couple of passes today. A.J. Brown balled out despite the loss. Dallas Goedert had a pretty good game. DeAndre Swift did good catching the ball. I don't know, man. And clearly it wasn't enough. And that starts at coaching. So, we've been all questioning Brian Johnson up until this point. We thought things were figured out with him the past 2 weeks, the way the offense has looked against the Commanders and the Rams. No. And I know the Jets are a really good defense, probably the best defense we've played this year. The Dolphins are not the best defense. They're a good defense, and they're missing some pieces like Jalen Ramsey, but we all know how good that offense is. And no matter how good or bad a defense is, if your offense can put up points, you can put up points and you can win games. And the Dolphins, they're able to do that. And they got some really good playmakers over there. Though I will end on this note before we even tackle the Dolphins, because we got the Phillies coming up that I'm going to talk about to try and flush this out of my system. I have schoolwork that I have to do as well, but I want to touch on this as well. This has been a horrible week for injuries. There's been so many injuries, not just with the Eagles and the Jets today, but Trevor Lawrence had an injury, Justin Fields, Ryan Tannehill. I'm probably missing a crap ton more. Actually, I can look right now. There have been so many injuries today, and so many close games that have been really ugly and gritty, and just it's been ridiculous. What's happened this week, and the Philly and San Fran both lost in unbelievable fashion. It's remarkable. So yeah, it's crazy. That 3rd and 9 interception was probably the ugliest play of the day. And I don't like saying that, but I don't know what Hurts was looking at on that play, man. I think he was just desperate trying to make a play. He was backpedaling immediately because the pressure was already on him. I'm just hoping Darius Slay, Jalen Carter, God, initially I thought we would miss Jalen Carter a lot, but we got pressure on Zach Wilson. We contained this offense. We did good against the run, against the pass. We just couldn't get out of our way offensively, and it was uncharacteristic. The play calls and the decisions that were made, the decision making by Hurts in the late game. I don't know. There's so much that should not have happened tonight. I'm gonna stop rambling. It's been 9 minutes. Eagles lose in embarrassing fashion. They lose their first game of the season. It is what it is. Me talking for 9 minutes just now has already kind of helped me get over it a little bit, and we'll see how I feel tomorrow, obviously, but hey, there's always next week, and I'm going to try to make the most out of the game. I have no clue how the Dolphins game is going to go, and I'll talk more about it as we get closer to it, but I'm looking forward to it because I always love going to the Link. It's a great atmosphere, and coming to play in Philly is never easy. We haven't been blown out here in forever, so I don't suspect that we never get blown out to begin with. This team is too good to get blown out, but we will see what happens. I'm not even going to talk like that. I don't know why I'm even talking like that. It's just, I guess I'm not over this loss. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'll see you guys in a little bit. I'll talk some Phillies and Diamondbacks championship series. And let's try to move on from this. ugly losses happen to everybody. The Cowboys got blown out by the Niners, and Niners just lost in heartbreaking fashion. That like it could be worse. We could be the Broncos, we could be the Giants, we could be the Patriots. We still have a long season to go. One loss does not define us. We lost like this last year, but the only difference was that against the Saints, it was Gardner Minshew, it was not Jalen Hurts, and that's what makes this feel even worse. So yeah, we'll see how we bounce back from this. The season is not lost. Don't talk like that. Fans are already talking like this season is a bust. There's so much left of the season. There's a lot more to go through. So we'll see how it goes. Let's not give up just yet. I'll see you all later.